Hi, Professor. So this is Vikram. We are here with the new assignment. So I have extracted this data from a website. So this data is basically the mart data of some European company, where we have the data of sales and profit on the basis of orders. So we have two sheets here. In the first sheet, basically it contains the order details and respective qualitative fields like country name, region name, city, segment, and ship mode and dates. On the very second sheet, what we have is the quantitative fields that contains order ID, product name, discount, sales, profit, quantity, categories, and subcode categories. So first of all, to deal with these, I have refined the data. If you can see here, the sales column has dollar and profit column has dollar. So to get it into a numerical field, I have replaced the dollar sign. So here you can see the clean data has no dollar sign, and we can see sales and profit in a float data type. Now coming to the second sheet here, if I wanted to extract some of the on which month this particular order was taken place, so I extracted the month list from this. So I have used here the month of B2, that is order date, and I got what were the months for that particular order. So this will I use in the next coming analysis in Python and Tableau. Coming to the pivot chart, basically for getting the total number of quantity that has been sold with respect to categories and subcategories, I used a pivot chart to get a brief idea. Here we can see the office supplies category has got the maximum sale, and the art, binders, and storage in this subcategories basically got the maximum number of quantities that has been sold in the previous 4 years. The 4 years are 2011 to 2014. So here we are basically to get overall data, we have to join those two sheets on the basis of order ID. So that we will do in the Python part. So switching to the Python part, so I have pulled this to my Python Jupyter notebook. So here you can see I have created a data frame df1 and read this XLS file with the sheet name of data order breakdown. Here I have checked the head count of first 5 rows. So we can see the null values here. So we have to find out what are the number of null values in every column. So I used is na.sum to find out the number of null values in the data frame. Here on the basis of columns, I can extract here that each column has 0 null count except sales and profit, where 2 are the null count. So if these are quantitative fields, I have basically replaced those values with their mean values. So if you can see here, I've filled the values with the mean values. So for the profit as well, I've done the same, and we can see here the sales and profit null values are 0 now. Just to check that how the values have been filled, we can see here the null values has been replaced with their mean values because the fourth index was nan initially. So for the second sheet, which contains the qualitative fields, has been imported into a data frame 2. Here I just checked that the tail values, last 5 values of and we can see a country with the nan value. So we have to check null values for this as well. But before that, what I did, I joined both data sets. Now if we can see here that I have joined on the basis of order ID, and when we did that, we get we have to find out what are the key features of this data. What is the maximum value, what is the info, describe, and minimum value. Here we can see the maximum value of the order is 2014, and similarly the ship date is 2015. Mode priority month is 12. Quantity, maximum quantity till now the sold is 14. Sales maximum generated by an order is $6517. Similarly the profit $2476. Here coming, just checking the min values. So we can see here this sale, that minimum is 3, and the profit basically it is a negative, that means it is a loss. It is $3060, and the minimum value of order date is 2011, which shows that the data is basically from 2011 to 2014. Coming to whether this data contains null values, I checked the same way, that is NA sum, and we can see here that country column has 3 null values and all rest don't contains any null values. Just to remove those particular rows, I used drop NA. Now these drop NA will basically drop those particular values, those particular rows in which the country column is null. And after doing this, I verified whether there are still the null values or not. So we can see here the null values have been gone because those rows are deleted. Now I want to check the information of columns and their data types. So if we can see here, there are around 17 columns, 18 columns, in which there are 2 datetime columns, 3 float, 2 int, and 11 object. Similarly, checking the description or summary of this data set. Basically what I did, I want to include another column that contains the number of days to be shipped. So I have created another column for finding the shipment time by subtracting the order date and ship date. Here we can clearly see that I have used ship date and order date to find out the number of days the order took to be shipped. And here we can see I have pulled out the data that for the first 5 rows we get the data into the time delta field with 4 days, 5 days, like this. But we need the data into the integer format. I have manipulated the data and changed the data type as int16. Now we can see the data type is changed and the values are pretty much fine now. Here I want that to display the distribution of shipment time with respect to the countries. So in which country the shipment is taking more time and in which country shipment is taking less time. For that I have plotted a while plot using the cmon library and matplotlib pyplot. On the x-axis I have used country, and on y-axis I have used shipment time that is extracted just before. And here we can see that the distribution of shipment time with respect to the countries as the title. In below here we can see the distribution, how the shipment time is basically very nearer to 4 days. Even for most of the countries, like in Denmark, if we can see, the distribution is more for 5th day. But for most of the countries, the shipment is around 4 to 5 days. So this is a a good kind of analysis in which we can determine that what is the logistics of a company, how it is running on the operations. So coming to the next business problem, basically we want to verify which month gets the maximum number of orders on the basis of categories. Now as we know that in the Excel we have found out the months, so we will use that particular column. Here I have used that column month, and in hue, basically in hue I have used category, and I have found out the count float on the basis of orders. Here we can see that the values are pretty much visible, that how the later part of the year has the maximum number of orders from 6th, 8th, 9th, 11th and 12th month. So these are the most uh, you know uh, seller making months for for this company across the Europe. And in every case, the office supplies sale is the maximum. So this is also very easily visible from this plot. Now coming to that how we have extracted this data. Basically, I have exported this data to a MySQL database. Here I've used a local host, and on the local I have installed MySQL and created a database named as DMT data source, and just put their data into sales and profit table in the MySQL. Now I'm going to open MySQL where I want to show you the tables. So I have created a database named a DMT data source here. In the second tab, I can show you that there is a table named as the sales and profit, which was exported by Python. In the third, I have simply limit 10 the top 10 rows, and we can see all the columns in a particular format which is required, and in a clean format. And just to verify the number of count, we get the count as 8044, which is basically correct. Now I have used this data to export into the Tableau. Now I have created some of the I have basically used this data source in the Tableau. So you can see here the DMT data source database has been connected, and the extract is created here. Now switching to the sales across the countries. Basically, what I did, I used the map plot, word map plot, to find out what is the sales on the basis of countries. So here we can see Germany and France has the maximum sales, whereas the Finland and Sweden, Norway has minimum number of sales. But if we want to switch to the forecasting part, here I have used the on the basis of year that what gonna be the sales of 2015. So it is clearly visible that for 2015 the sales gonna increase in the coming years. Here the estimation is pretty much clear. Also, there is one more graph on the basis of profit. So I have used a filter named as sales and profit, which is I have put it into a parameter. Now that parameter will decide whether it has to show profit or it has to show the sales data across the countries. So here as well we can see the Germany and United States and France has the maximum number of profit, whereas Sweden there is a maximum loss. Now coming to the dashboard, here now we are going to check on the parameter on which the sheet is going to be dynamic. Here I have created a parameter, profit and sales parameter, which I am going to show you. Here if we see, I have put two values, profit and sales, and created a filter that will select the sales and profit only. Here I have inserted that particular parameter into this sales. Now we can see here the calculated field is profit and sales parameter. So pulling that into the filter will make that sheet dynamic. So like checking this particular thing into the dashboard, how it is looking. Now here is the parameter in the dashboard. If I select sales, then it will show sales across countries data, and if I select profit, it will basically show the profit across countries data. So in this way, the title and the sheet is changing and it is becoming dynamic. Now, checking the forecasting of the sales for 2015 basically. This year we can see how all the quarters have been increased from past years. Even the quarter 4 has affecting the company, and here is the dashboard overall, which this assignment recites. Thank you so much, and that's all from my side.